Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on some interesting updates. We start with this right back, Ivan Fresneda, as it has been reported that Barca will make an improved offer worth 10 million euros plus 5 million in variables for the right back. We are going to discuss on that as we move ahead. Secondly, in this episode, talking about Joao Cancelo as Barcelona are in panic mode as Saudi Arabian giants are making a huge offer for the player. We are also going to discuss on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. With Barcelona on the lookout for a new right back before the new season starts, the name of Ivan Fresneda has been doing the rounds for a while now. The 18-year-old Real Valladolid player is a serious candidate to arrive at the club to reinforce the right back slot in the current window. Reports suggest that there is an agreement already in place with Fresneda despite the fact that he does not generate full consensus within the club. And with a move for Joao Cancelo likely to be complicated because of finances, the Catalans might have to press ahead with Fresneda itself. As such, Sport is reporting that Barcelona could make an improved offer for Fresneda to convince Real Valladolid to part ways with him. Fresneda has a release clause worth 20 million euros in his contract with Valladolid, but the Blaugrana have no intention of matching the figure. Instead, it had been reported that Barca had made an offer worth 8 million euros plus variables for Fresneda, hoping that it would do the trick. But now the report claims that the La Liga champions could improve their proposal and submit a bid worth 10 million euros in fixed fee and another 5 million euros in add-ons. Barca believed that it would be enough to convince Valladolid to part ways with their teenage defender. As for the player, he has been prioritizing a move to Barcelona and as such has already rejected other clubs as he waits for the La Liga champions to make a move. Interest in Fresneda is continuing to grow, with a club from the Premier League entering the race recently. And should the Blaugrana not act swiftly, there is a chance that they might risk missing out on the 18-year-old as he might not be willing to keep waiting for much longer. Of course, Fresneda have been waiting for a long time. We have been showing interest for him for a very long time. And had it been there was that general consensus, I think Fresneda could have already been a Barca player. Because when reports were coming out that Javi Hernandez does not like the player or he does not believe that Fresneda is a good fit for Barca, from there things have just been in delay because the name of a certain Joao Cancelo have also been in the mix, which is making matters really complicated. Of course, right back is something that we definitely know that Barca are putting pressure. In fact, Barca are putting their all, putting the effort to sign at least one right back, proper right back, because we know that Sergio Dest has no place in this team this upcoming season. Despite him despite Xavi giving him a chance to prove himself, Sergio Dest is just making matters worse, and Barca are trying to even terminate his contract according to a new report. So that is why it is imperative for this club to get a proper right back, which we haven't had since. We don't want to rely on a certain Sergi Roberto or Jules Koundé who does not even want to play there anymore. That is why it is very, very necessary for the club to get a new right back. And we know that the two names that have been mentioned uncountable times is Ivan Fresneda and Joao Cancelo. For Joao Cancelo, honestly, we know how difficult it might be to complete that operation. Barca's idea ever since have been a loan move because they know that permanent move they can never dare. Why? Because of financial reasons. financial reasons. It have crippled most majority of our transfer dreams. We have not gotten the players that we actually wanted to have because of finance. The Busquets replacement, for example, we went finally for Oriol Romeo, who was even the fifth choice for Barca. A certain Zubimendi, who was always top choice, 60 million rated. Barca could not afford that because they said the money is too high. And all that is just because the money was not there. Had it been Barca was the Barca before, they would have paid that amount. So, as talking about the right back, Fresneda have been waiting too long, and I believe that if Barca keep delaying these things, it might harm us because right now we have been getting reports of Cancelo heading to Saudi Arabia if Barca keeps delaying, and now also talking about Fresneda as he has been waiting for quite a long time, despite the player prioritizing a Barca move. But it seems as though Barca are in a confusion state in the sense that some parts of the Barca administration are for the idea for Fresneda to join. Some part of the Barca board, they are not of the idea, which is just making everything unorganized. There's no unity as what they want. Deco wants Fresneda. Javi does not want Fresneda. So that's where the clash is and making things delaying. Then on to the final story of discussion. In spite of an arduous economic climate, Barca continued to monitor top players in the market, and Manchester City star Joao Cancelo is a name that has been linked quite heavily with Barca over the past few days. Xavi has taken great interest in the player despite his dubious track record with managers. With Dembele impending exit, Xavi wants to bring a pure right back, and Cancelo is seen as the right player for that. Nonetheless, according to AS, Barca are not the only team gunning for the Portuguese's signature, with the player also having offers from Saudi Arabia. Sources from Man City have acknowledged that Cancelo is also communicating with a team from the Saudi Arabian League. After a fallout with Pep, Cancelo was loaned out to Bayern Munich during the January window earlier this year. Now, the former Barca coach has already made it clear that he could go even to United if he wants to. Joao Cancelo has reportedly already agreed personal terms with Barca, but the club are yet to formally negotiate with Manchester City. And with the club set to be investing all their effort into the signing of another Manchester City star in Bernardo Silva, there is a huge chance that Cancelo deal might collapse, and there is a club in Saudi Arabia waiting to pounce. If that happens, it will not be the first time Barca lose out on one of their targets to the Middle East nation. Not very long ago, Barca and Al Nassr were in direct competition for Brozovic, with a player ultimately choosing the Middle East. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.